Hi guys, welcome back. And this segment is going to be called RAV4 Talks because it's all about the RAV4. You've been seeing a lot of pictures on the new 2026 RAV4. However, we haven't heard about any specs hardly. So I want to share some specs with you. We all know that it's going to be hybrid. So the RAV4 is going to be 100% hybrid, no more gas model. You're going to have a electrified version of it, which is your hybrid, and you're going to have a plug-in hybrid. So you're going to have three different segments. You're going to have a core, which is going to include your LE, your XLE, and your limited. You're going to have a rugged, which is only the Woodland, and then you're going to have your sport, which is the new GR Sport is going to be part of your sport. You're going to have your SE and your XSE, so you're still going to have those. But note that I did not say XLA Premium, guys. So unfortunately, the XLA Premium is going away. I hate to see that, but they're so close in sort of specs, guys. So it's a few things that you don't have on the XLA Premium that you have on the Limited, but that unfortunately is going away. So we know that the horsepower is going up. It's going to have the 5th generation hybrid technology. So that's going to be the same hybrid technology that you're going to see in the Camry. So you are in for such a treat, guys. So the horsepower is going to go up from 219 net all the way up to a front wheel drive, which is 226, and on your all wheel drive versions, that's going to be 236. Now the 226 is going to be available in your LE and your XLEs, and when you go to Limited, it's only an all wheel drive, therefore you're going to get 236 horsepower. The GR Sport is only going to be a plug-in, guys. So, the range is also going to go up from about 42 on the charge to about 50. So that's something that you can expect, guys. So that's good news to hear. And also your horsepower goes up from 302 all the way up to 320. So that's going to be an absolute rocket ship, guys. So that's super fast for a RAV4. And a lot of my customers in the past have been asking, hey, when did they bring in the V6 back, guys? So that's going to be equivalent to almost a V6, guys. So very quick vehicle. It's going to be all torque. So that's really going to be something to see. So it's still going to be a 2.5 liter hybrid engine, like in your cores. Let's see here. Now the length, the width, and the height of the RAV4 pretty much stays the same. So for your length, you still, just like the previous 5th generation, is going to be 180.9 inches. The width is going to be 73.0, and your height is going to be 2/10 actually higher than the previous version. So instead of 67 inches on the previous one, you're gonna have 67.2 is what you're gonna see. I'm pretty sure of that. So you're gonna have 67.2. So it's gonna be 2/10 higher. I'm pretty sure on the height, guys. But diving further into these vehicles here, let's see what else we have here. You're gonna be able to, unlike the previous version, I was told that you could use a 240 on the same plug and everything, but I don't know how. And I've been doing this for a while, so I don't know what. Maybe it's something I'm missing. But now you're gonna have the North American charging system, which is the NACS, and you'll be able to use a whole sort of network of plugs of charging sort of stations there that you have access to, guys. So, and you'll be able to use a sort of a dual charger, whether or not you're using a 120, which is level 1, or level 2 at home. You'll be able to use that without just going out and getting a totally different sort of setup there, guys. But that's exciting to see. Let's see here. So, here's some colors here. So it looks like 4 new colors, including what they call an urban rock. I think we saw that in the Woodland. You have an Everest, so we're seeing that on the 4Runner, so that's a green. That's a really pretty color. That's going to be exclusive to the Woodland. You have your Meteor Shower, which we've seen in the Land Cruiser. We've seen the Storm Cloud. We've seen that in the Grand Highlander, and we've seen it on the Crown models. And you have 9 single tone and 4 two-tone colors. So don't see those, but guys, that's going to be exciting. So your screen, your display is going to be a 10.5 that is standard across the board. So 10.5 inch display is going to be standard across the board. Your 12.3 multi sort of digital cluster, or your MID screen. So that's going to be standard. So, and Toyota's going to introduce a whole new sort of setup, a software sort of update, I guess you can say, for the multimedia. So that's going to be exciting to see, guys. I cannot wait to have that on ground where I can actually review that for you guys. So I'm super excited about that, and I know you're excited too. You have a 12.9, that's right, a 12.9 inch display that's going to be available also in some of the models. So we all know about the GR Sport. That's going to be a joint venture with Gazoo Racing. So that's going to give you your calipers and stuff, going to have the GR on them. You sort of a black sort of gloss grille. You're going to see a totally different design. And every model in the RAV4 actually has its own sort of design. So it takes on its own personality, which is nice. But the back of the RAV4, so versus the trapezoid sort of look, you're going to get a more sort of a square look, which should give you more space in that. So that's nice to see as well. So the wheel combinations is going to vary between a 17 inch, which is more than likely going to be like your LE models. 18 inch is going to be your XLEs, or either you have a 20 inch, which you're probably going to see on like the GR Sport, the Limited. So that's different. We've never seen that before. We've always seen like a 19 inch that you saw on like the Limited model. You saw that on the XLE Premium, which, as I mentioned before, is going away, unfortunately. But there's not a huge difference between the XLE Premium and the Limited, guys. So I don't think that's going to be a deal breaker for a lot of people. It may take people getting used to a sole hybrid RAV4, which is not a bad thing, guys. I've owned a RAV4 now for 4 years now, and absolutely 100% love it, because you're getting your performance and you're also getting your gas mileage. So right now, guys, I'm probably averaging about 42 right now, and the vehicle's rated for 39. So you're not going to be upset with that, and you're going to get all the performance you need. So it's a great thing, trust me. Let's see what else we got here. We got so many different things here. Gosh, so much information. So I mentioned the DC fast charging. That's going to be your North American charging stations. That's going to give you access to more charging stations, and you'll be able to charge from 10 to 80% in about 30 minutes. So that's the benefit of that, guys. So just to let you know. So it looks like the hybrid electric XLE, the Woodland, the SE, the XSE, the Limited, and the plug-in hybrid SE and the XSE. So it looks like they will have that plug-in SE and the XSE in addition to the GR Sport, which is nice, because before we've only had really two, which was the XSE and you had your SE. So we're gonna have the Woodland, but we have those ones that we've had before, plus the GR Sport. So a total of 4, guys. So that's very interesting. That's very that's a great thing. So it gives you variety. So if you want a plug-in hybrid, guys, you have your variety there. But those vehicles will be able to capable of towing up to 3,500 pounds. So that's nice. And also, while I'm thinking about it, on the Woodland, now the activity mount, instead of located under the vehicle, it'll be integrated in the bumper, which looks a lot nicer. So if you haven't seen that, guys, make sure you look that up. And I'm sure like there'll be more and more pictures appearing as it gets closer to your launch date later on this year. But I'm not sure when they're going to launch that vehicle, guys, but I'm super excited about that. So LED lights front and back, so that can be expected pretty much, right? Haven't seen any interior colors yet, so that's really what I'm looking for, is interior colors. And we'll see a lot of different sort of colors. I'm sure you see your core colors, like your blacks, your silvers, your whites, which is like a windshield, right? So we'll see those. We'll probably see like a version of the ruby flare pearl, so we'll see a version like that, I'm sure, right? But those are the 3 colors that I gave you. Those are the 3 new colors that I gave you before, that you've never seen in a RAV before. Let's see here. Totally different interior, guys. So I don't know. I'm sure you've seen the pictures, so we've all seen the pictures. Totally different interior choice. Different design on the tail lights, so it's more sort of a vertical. Maybe that's like maybe it might be sequential, you know, kind of like on the Sequoia. You know, that'd be interesting if it's sequential. So I don't know. The Woodland will only be in an all-wheel drive. The GR Sport will only be in an all-wheel drive. The Limited will only be in an all-wheel drive. Now, once you go to the lower models, then you're going to pick up your front-wheel drive and your all-wheel drive. So like in the LE, you'll be able to get a front-wheel drive. So that's your 226 horsepower. And then you'll be able to get an all-wheel drive in that version also. That's going to be a 236 horsepower, and that's net combined, guys. So the SC will be, that'll be in a front-wheel drive, and you'll be able to get an all-wheel drive. So the heads-up display will be available on the Limited and the XSC plug-in versions, okay? So you'll be able to see that you'll be able to get that on those two models there. So the six-speaker audio system will be standard, and it'll have a 9-speaker JBL premium system that'll be available depending on the grade. So that's something that we can expect. Let's see. So on the XSE and the GR Sport models, the perforated sort of micro suede and soft tech trim seating with colorful accents add a dynamic feel. So that's something you're going to see on those particular models. So you'll see a bit of a different sort of interior once you go to those particular models there. I can't wait to see that. So it's so many different features, guys. Oh my God, it's just, you're like a kid at Christmas. It's crazy that for so long, since 2018, we've had the 5th generation RAV4, and all of a sudden they just change everything up. And I was so excited when I first got my RAV4. I was so excited about it. But to be getting a new 6th generation and just different, everything is different from what I know and what you know, it's exciting. So favorites like the ice cap, which is your white, your windshield pearl, your black, your ruby flare, and your blueprint will continue for the new generation. So we can expect that on those models on the new generation. As far as the two-tone paint, we can expect that like the media shower with the black roof on the XSE or the GR Sport exclusive pairing of the Supersonic with the black roof. So that's two that we'll probably see on those models. So the media shower, that's going to look real interesting on the RAV4. I think that'll look really good, guys. I mentioned before you have a new version of the Toyota audio multimedia system. So that's going to be different. That's going to take a lot of getting used to. And also on the pictures, you'll see also with the 12.3-inch display. So that little hood that goes over the top that you notice, that's going away. So it's going to look more like, I don't want to say just like the Prius, but it'll look more sort of in the line of the Prius without that little hood going over it. So you still have your wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That's something that you can expect. Let's see here. So Toyota Safety Sense 4.0 just enhances all your current features on your 3.0, but it's also going to enhance your cameras and your sensors, guys. So not really anything new right now that I see on that, but as I get that, I'll be passing that along to you guys. You still have your 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. You still have your 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty on the components, on the hybrid system, on the hybrid system, and on the battery itself, you still have a 10-year, 150,000-mile warranty. That's been in place since 2020 is when that changed, guys. So just so you know. And these batteries usually last 12, 13 years. So nothing to be afraid of, guys. So if you've never had a hybrid model before, guys, nothing to be afraid of. Toyota's been doing this since 97 in Japan, and then it made the jump to the States here in North America in 99, guys. So Toyota's been doing this for a very long time. Very great technology. Like I said, I'm an advocate of the hybrid vehicles. I've owned mine for 4 years now, and I absolutely love it. I can't see myself going to anything else other than a hybrid. So I think you'll be very happy with the performance and the fuel economy of a hybrid, guys. But I mean, I think that's pretty much it, guys. But thank you guys for joining me. Like I said, as I get more information, I'll be passing it along to you guys. But I did want to give you guys specifics because everybody's been seeing so many photos, but nobody really has a lot of specifics. So guys, I hope this helps, but thank you for following. You can always find me right here on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Andre Drives. So we see you next time right here, Andre Drives.